safety alert. Columbia police are eliminating its traffic unit and moving those officers to the community outreach unit. ABC 17 News confirmed the change this afternoon by a leaked CPD email.
ABC 17's Jillian Fertig reached out to the police department this afternoon to learn how the change would affect public safety. And Jillian, you just heard back.
I did, Joey. The deputy chief actually commented on our website hours ago, but I just got a response, an email response in the last 20 minutes. I tweeted at the deputy chief, and then she tweeted back at me saying she had responded to my email, and I'll share that with you here in a moment. But first, here's a look at the change to the traffic unit. According to an email sent to the department today, CPD has been discussing different options to fill the remaining 4 positions in the community outreach unit. It goes on to say, quote, patrol has already reallocated 2 officers and a sergeant to the unit, and pulling more from there did not seem practical given our current staffing situation. Ultimately, we felt that the best and most practical option was to reassign the officers in the traffic unit back to patrol, end quote. Each 2-person team in the community outreach unit will be assigned to a specific neighborhood to work with other city departments. Again, quoting the email by Deputy Chief Jill Schluty, the 2 officers in the DWI unit are funded by a grant, and they will continue in those positions for the foreseeable future, but will be supervised by patrol. I know this raises several questions about crash investigations, etc., but Assistant Chief Gordon is working on a plan to incorporate those highly valuable skills into the Patrol Bureau, end quote. We talked to Columbia City Manager Mike Mathis earlier this week, who mentioned the need for officers in the community outreach unit where these traffic officers will be going.
Traffic's, quite frankly, in the scheme of things, is just less important than calls about domestic abuse or a bar fight, or we really focus on the folks behaving badly, and that means speeding tickets are not a priority. And if we're out driving and we happen to see that, yes, we'll enforce the law, of course, but it's just less important.
In that email I sent to Deputy Chief Schluty, I asked her who will be investigating or reconstructing those traffic crashes and when this change will take effect. In her response I just received, Schluty tells me there are still officers who are trained in crash reconstruction and says they will simply be patrol officers but still perform those same duties. She says the department may be training other officers as well. There's also not a set date for when this change will take place. The email goes on to say, quote, basically we will no longer have officers whose main purpose is to conduct traffic enforcement activities. Certainly this will have an impact on the number of citations that are written, but we had to make some tough decisions, and making cuts to already overburdened patrol officers or detectives did not seem practical, end quote. I reached out to the Boone County Sheriff's Department and the Missouri State Highway Patrol as well, asking them if this meant they would be doing anything differently to help with city traffic, but both agencies say they were never informed that CPD was reassigning its traffic unit.
Thank you, Jillian. A lot of last-minute information there. We will post the full story, though, on ABC17news.com with Deputy Chief Schluty's detailed responses during this newscast.